I haven't done a long form video on here for a while, so I thought I would just do a little get ready with me, kind of chat a little bit. I just put on some of the number 7 Airbrush Away. It's a pore minimizing primer. I really like it. It kind of takes away a little bit of the shine that I have in my skin too. I'd rather take away the shine and then kind of put it back with what do you call it, color or whatever. I'm trying to think of the product that it's called, that you put a little bit of like shine. I have something here. My words are caught. Highlight, that's it. Okay. I've been using this product for like everyday use. I've gone out with it too. It's the Halo, I need my razors. There we go. Okay, I'm starting off this really well, right? Halo Glow Skin Tint Mineral Broad Spectrum 30. Yes. I also have some sunscreen on my skin that I used when I did my skincare. And that's the good old CeraVe that I've used for a very long time. I'm just going to kind of put this on with my fingers. I've been getting a little more dark around here because of the sun. I have sun sensitivity, which I have from having lupus. And so I get like dark spots even when I use sunscreen. So I have to really remember to use it. And then if it gets bad, I cover it up and I use products to kind of tone it down a bit. I need a tissue. That's one thing when you put makeup on with your hands, is you kind of get your fingers all messy. Now I'm going to go in with this e.l.f. brush and just kind of blend it all out. This is a nice product. It is a light coverage, but I find that it works really good for me. I'm not so into like really heavy full coverage foundations. I haven't been for a couple years. I kind of like to go back with a concealer to areas where I think I need a little more coverage. This is the Kosas corrector. It's a little dark for my skin. I noticed I was using it like under dark circle, over dark circles on my eyes, and it was just a little bit too dark. So I just have been saving this for little dark areas on my skin, but not under my eyes. And I've also been using a lot less concealer. As you see, I'm just kind of dotting it on instead of doing like a big swipe. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Foundation Concealer. And as you see, I just kind of dot it and then I just blend it out here. It is Lupus Awareness Month, May. And I've been posting different little things on social media to promote awareness. On my TikTok and my Instagram, especially TikTok, it's mainly for like lupus awareness, chronic illness awareness. I also have a page on Facebook that's just for lupus awareness. But I've been trying to do every day a little bit of something. It's a little red here. You know, just spreading facts and a lot of like personal things of what I've gone through. The latest or the last thing that was pretty hard was in the summer when I lost my sight in my right eye due to having an eye stroke. I have carotid artery disease in my right carotid artery, and that's what they believe caused it. My eyebrows are so, let me tame those a little bit. I'm gonna use this there's kind of conflicting opinions whether that has happened because of my diabetes or because of having lupus. When I went to see the vascular surgeon, he was pretty sure it was from having lupus. When I went to see my rheumatologist, she was pretty sure that it was from diabetes. But then when I went back to see her, she had to be reminded that I had diabetes. So sometimes I think with the rheumatology community, the doctors, especially when you're a patient for a long time. This is a liquid blush by e.l.f. As I was saying, especially when you're a patient for a long time, I've been part of that clinic since 2008. They get discouraged when you start to have bigger problems caused by lupus. And they sort of want to, it's not a gaslighting thing. I think it's they get to know you, and they themselves don't want to believe that you have these things, these diseases, these problems caused by your lupus. It's sort of a disappointment to them, in a way, not a failure, but like maybe in a way like a failure, which I don't take it as a failure from the doctor. I take it as my body's just attacking itself, and that's part of the disease. I never like blame the doctor because something new is happening, especially for my case, because I really stay on top of things and I have really great doctors. I know, like when I had my eye stroke last summer, my ophthalmologist, who I see regularly, he has become so close to my husband and I that I know it really affected him, and he felt so bad. Even when I just went to see him last week, and he was looking at my eye, and he just kind of made a comment like, oh, that little nerve, like he felt bad. And someone might say, well, that's kind of arrogant, but I feel like for me, my doctors have come to know me so much that they feel bad that these things have happened. And especially like for my ophthalmologist, I know that he feels bad because he feels like, why couldn't he find something to prevent this? When I don't blame any doctor. Lupus is a very complicated disease, and there's sometimes things happen and we feel like could this be from your lupus? Is it something else? But I think when something happens so drastic, like what happened with my vision, I didn't really think it was lupus. I just thought something's going on. And part of it is like, I don't want to think that it's, doing this. For a long time, my main complaints were achiness and swelling in my joints. Then I started seeing a kidney doctor because I had some kidney issues. And thank God I don't have lupus nephritis, but I have chronic kidney disease. It's never been told to me that it was from having lupus, but I sometimes just don't want to ask because it's just another thing added on the list of, okay, thanks lupus, you've caused this. And somebody might say, well, how does lupus cause these problems? Well, lupus attacks, causes inflammation, and then you get these problems. Like, I have psoriatic arthritis and I have psoriasis too. And what happened is that it creates these autoimmune, meaning attacking cells, and they attacked my joints, gave me this psoriatic arthritis. So that's another diagnosis. And it is caused by having lupus. Every few months, I go for blood work and it tests a lot of things. And one of the things is inflammation. Inflammation is a word you hear all the time when you have lupus. Your measurements of inflammation in your blood or in your body are measured through your blood. And when they're really high, you have to have treatment for it. When you're in a lot of pain, you can guarantee that your inflammation is high. Now, thankfully, mine has never been so high that I needed to be specifically hospitalized for the inflammation. I was hospitalized in the summer and put on high doses IV of prednisone to try to bring back my vision because I had an eye stroke, but that didn't help. So it's been months of dealing with not seeing kind of a new way of life and doing things. Some days have been really discouraging, and some days I've just kind of gone with the flow. I have had health issues all my life. And so I think I've built up like this strength, and a lot of people that know me personally tell me that I'm very strong. Some days I don't think I am, but I'm gonna put more mascara. I think it's because I've had to deal with a lot of things. I'm also a person that I'm very, I'm not always chill, but most of the time I'm kind of a go with the flow person. And I've learned to wait before I freak out about something. And just my nature, I'm always the one to look for the positive. For me, it took me a long time to think the positive things about, there is nothing positive about going blind. But for me, I realized that if I didn't have the eye stroke, they wouldn't have realized that I had carotid artery disease, and they wouldn't realize that my right carotid artery is inoperable. So now we keep a closer watch on it. We keep a close watch on the left side. I get the sonograms every few months. I see a vascular surgeon, and I think in my mind, well, if I didn't lose the sight in my right eye, I could have had a massive stroke. I went to the vascular surgeon just last week, and I finally got up the courage to ask him what the chances are for me to have a stroke, since this one it's so narrow. Usually they put stents in there to open it up, and they can't because they don't make stents as small. So we keep an eye on it. I am on a low dose aspirin, which will help the blood flow more, and I'm also on a statin drug to keep the veins, the arteries smooth so the blood flows as best as it can. So I asked him, and he said, well, to be honest with you, no one can really tell you, but if I were to guess, it's probably about 11% chance within the next 5 years that you would have one. I'll take the 11 because it's not that much, and live my life, try to be positive, watch out, but not be fearful. So that's kind of what I've learned with this journey, is not to be fearful of the unknown. I think because I do have a strong faith in God, I also pray. I have lots of people that pray for me, and I'm just trying to keep a good attitude and enjoy every day. And days that I'm not doing so well, I have more pain, or I'm tired, or I'm discouraged because of what has happened, that's okay. I let that day come and go. I journal. I talk to the people that I'm very close with. My husband and I have an amazing relationship. We can tell each other anything, and we keep in communication all the time. My dad, he's older, and I do a lot of things for him, but he helps to take care of me too. He makes sure that I have rest. He makes sure that I don't do too much, but he also encourages me to walk because he knows that it's good for me too. So those are my thoughts on lupus, having it, surviving, and a little bit of a makeup look. Going to go get a little lunch with my dad and go to the grocery store and try to have a good day. I hope that you're doing well. If you've watched this to the end, I appreciate it. If you watch me and you aren't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. It just gets me on the algorithm. Everything is controlled by algorithms nowadays. And as I've said many times before, this is my hobby. This is my way of playing with makeup, talking about my life, spreading awareness of lupus. And the more that I'm out there, the more people will come to know not just me, but the disease that I live with, that millions of Americans do, and people worldwide. So thanks again. And also, like when you click into YouTube, sometimes it says subscribe, pay this. It just X out of that, because my videos, you do not need a subscription to watch it. So take care, have a great day, and as I say on TikTok, you are so important. And you right there, you are trying to point to the camera, you are not alone. I will hopefully see you soon, and take care of yourselves. Bye-bye. Ooh.